this video is going to be very stripped back. Like, I've not done my makeup, I've still got my headscarf on, I literally just woke up from a nap. Yay for me. Hello, bonjour, ciao, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's Tolu, and I'm a first year medic at the University of Oxford, and the reason why I said that kind of confusedly is because I'm not even sure if I'm going back to uni next term, and that is a result of what is currently happening in the world, COVID-19. And I know a lot of people are in sort of a similar position as I am. They're just not sure about what's going to happen next. And I wanted to film a little update video about how I'm sort of coping and managing with what is happening right now, and try to maybe even put some of you at ease, because everything's just messy right now and it's no one's fault. But all we can do is just kind of work through what we've got and go from there. So the first thing I wanted to address is self-isolating and quarantining. We've been advised to, be at home as much as possible unless you have to go out for a specific reason. So like me for today, I went out this morning to help replenish my grandma's grocery supplies, because I had to, because if I didn't, then she'd literally have no items left at home. So that was like my reasoning for leaving the house. But other than that, I've literally just been at home. I've been at home, like, that was the first time I'd left my house in over a week. But I'm managing, and I'm trying to keep myself busy with this YouTube scene, with updating my notes that I should have done last term, with catching up on new shows, talking to friends on an app that I didn't think would ever make a comeback, House Party. I remember using that app when I was in year 10, and everyone just stopped using it in year 11, and now all of my friends are back onto that app, so that's been interesting to do. I've been cooking more for myself, because while at uni, my college doesn't have kitchens for people in first year, so I've been making use of having a kitchen finally, and like cooking and making food for myself, which is ideal. I've also been working on this amazing new project called the StudyTube Project, where myself and a bunch of other amazing StudyTubers have decided we're gonna help upload regular videos every day at 6 p.m, teaching you guys about new skills and tricks that we have up our sleeves. And on top of that, we even wanted to make regular live streams, have regular day in our lives on our Instagram account too. So all of the details about that will be below, because we just wanted to keep you guys busy while we're also trying ourselves to keep busy, because we're honestly all in the same boat. We're all just trying to make do with the situation we've got right now, as difficult as it is, but we're honestly just trying our best, and we're doing what we can to help support you guys. I also know I should be not going out for exercise, but just doing some exercise. So maybe even going for a little quick jog, making sure to keep well away from other people, because on top of self-isolating, you've also got social distancing, so keeping yourself 2 meters apart from anyone else you may be in contact, from anyone else you may be around, just avoiding too much contact with people to minimize the risk of spreading COVID-19. So for now, I've literally just been at home, so I've literally not interacted with anyone else other than my mum, who also has been following social distancing. So what more can you really do? So a couple of things I'm also considering trying to do, other than the exercising, is maybe some meditations, teaching myself a new skill maybe. So I have my old guitar in my shed, so I may whip that out and, refresh my mind on all of the chords on the guitar and see if I can learn anything again, because I haven't picked up that guitar in years, and I feel like now is the prime time to do that. So I'm looking forward to being able to go back to regaining my skills on the guitar. The next thing I am considering to do is maybe do something artistic. I used to do GCSE graphics, so maybe even go back to doing a little bit of Photoshop and some graphic work and design, seeing if I still have any tricks left up my sleeve. So in my videos, I've like one of my videos should have come up for the StudyTube project about the anatomy of the hands, and the little graphics I did with each of the different bones in the hand I did myself. So I've been teaching myself how to do some cool little animations, and maybe I will progress and take that a little bit further and learn some more new cool things I can put in more videos, maybe even on my own channel, because I just wanted to do something to keep me busy. And those animations for like 15 seconds of clip took 5 hours to do, so that'll keep me busy as well. Also, I wanted to go over my anatomy even more as well, because in our course we're expected to understand the anatomy of the human body, which makes sense as a future doctor, but we don't always have the time to like properly go over it in much detail. So now that I have the time, I can sort of like sit down and really try my best to sort of like memorize all the bones in our body, and then the muscles in our body, and then the nerve supplies of our body, and so on, because if I sort of retain it now, then it'll be very beneficial for me in the future. But I know this is like quite short-lived, but I am hoping to come up with a video explaining some things that you guys can do in your spare time a little bit with more detail and a little bit more clearly in the future. But for now, this was a very last-minute decision for me to do this video. Like, I literally woke up from a nap like 5 minutes ago, but I thought, let me at least do something so I don't have an excuse to stay in bed, because I'm just trying to use as much up of the hours as I can, because I'm going to be home for a while, which brings me on to my next point, which is what on earth I'm going to be doing, or what on earth is happening with university. So I'm in first year, so I do medicine at Oxford. I'm in first year medic, and we finished second term, which we call Hilary term, on the 14th of March, so that was a few Saturdays ago. And even while we were, you know, finishing off our last days of uni, we were still a little bit unsure about what would be happening next, because we were having emails being sent around about COVID-19, but at the time it was just a little bit of speculation. It wasn't really as intense as it is now. So being home for a little while, we have received emails about potentially maybe not going back to Oxford next term. I know some colleges have said that. And all of our courses and teaching is being moved to online. So I don't know, I guess in a way that will be kind of helpful, because I can then do things in my own time, I can work at home, but for me that's okay, but for others I know it isn't, because they may not have an environment at home where they can work quietly or work without distraction. So it's kind of difficult having to sort of adjust to online teaching when you may not necessarily have the platform and the resources to be able to do that. But I know universities are sort of working to try and overcome that issue. So I think right now it's just a matter of patience, because I still don't completely know what I'm doing for next term. I really don't know what's going to be happening with our assessments next term as well, because we're meant to have exams. We were meant to have summer exams, and they're still sort of fine-tuning their contingency plans so we can still maybe do those exams. I'm not sure. But for me as a first year, it's not too bad, but I know some of like my second year medic friends have a lot to do, and even like finalists, so people in their last years at uni, have just who knows what's going to happen with them. So I'm honestly just wishing them all the best, because it's just turned into such a messy situation, and it's just really not under our control really. So I'm just kind of hoping that it subsides and works out with and then the last thing, so that's uni, and the last thing I wanted to address is how to cope with your mental health and your well-being, because being self-isolating means that you will have minimal contact with other people. And for people like me, I'm a very social person. I like being around other people. I don't necessarily like being by myself all the time. It's quite hard, but I'm trying to make do with it by talking to my friends from a social distance. So like I said before, the app House Party has now decided to, become big again. So I literally use that app every night before bed, talking to my friends from uni and maybe even talking to some of my friends from home. And we just literally use that as a platform to sort of talk again, play some games with each other, and just just engage with each other, because that's all we can do right now in this position. Obviously using my other social media platforms as well, so Snapchat, talking to my friends on there, adding to my stories and seeing how people are doing. iMessage, just like messaging people who can't really talk face to face maybe. Instagram, just posting on there, DMing people memes. Twitter memes as well. Like, if you know me, I am obsessed with memes, and I have a group chat with some of my friends called Memes Mainly from Tolu, because I'll send 10 memes in a day, and they'll send one every 3 days, because I just love scrolling through things and sending them things that I find really funny. So that's just what I'm doing to cope. But the main suggestion, I think, for that is just finding something that works for you. So if that's communicating with your friends via the platforms that I've mentioned, go do that. If it's meditating and finding some alone time and finding some peace time, then go do that, just to sort of find your bearings again. And definitely just try and find a way to talk to people. Don't shut yourself off completely, because that could be very not good for your well-being, I guess. But just to remind you guys again that we're honestly all in the same boat. People may have heard some really stressful news recently, but don't be too cautious or worried. Don't be too upset and worried about it, because again, you're not going through it alone. Maybe try and find some friends who are in a similar position to you, and sort of talk about it and bond over it and see how you can get through it together. And by big news, I'm referring to the GCSEs and A-level exams being cancelled. I know we've tried to address it a little bit before in previous videos and previous discussions and stuff, but honestly, you're not alone. Don't fret about it too much. I'm sure your teachers are trying their best to do what is right for you, because at the end of the day, that is their job. They are here to help you and support you. And I know a lot of you may be cautious and worried about potential bias, but at the end of the day, the predicted grades or the grades that your teachers will be offering out to you will not be done by a sole teacher. There will also be other people to potentially defend your case if need be. And I'm saying this from the perspective of being the child of a teacher. So my mum's a teacher, so she's discussed with me about what teachers have had to do in terms of their students. So at least from her angle, she's reassured me in that instance, because if I was in that position, I'd be panicking, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are panicking now as well. But all I want to say is, please don't panic. Please do not panic, because we are here to offer our help. We are here to support you, and again, you're not in this alone. So just reach out to one of us, or reach out to me even, and we will try our best to sort of help you in this really stressful time. And that's all I can really say right now in this position, because in terms of the news that we get at the same time as you do. So we don't know more information than you guys do, but when we know any deep bits of information, we will definitely tell you guys. But for now, look after yourselves, keep safe. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you do have. And stay tuned for some more videos, so you guys can at least keep busy by watching them. And I wish you guys all the best with everything that's going on. And thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.